Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden deep beneath your feet? Not just caves and tunnels, but vast, unexplored underground lakes, untouched by sunlight for millennia. These are some of the most mysterious and isolated ecosystems on our planet, and they are home to creatures so strange they seem to have leaped straight out of a science fiction novel. Today, we're diving deep into these subterranean worlds to uncover the bizarre animals that thrive in eternal darkness. Let's start our journey in the Muvile Cave in Romania, discovered by accident in 1986. This cave had been sealed off from the outside world for over 5.5 million years. The air inside is toxic, rich in hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, with only half the oxygen we're used to. Yet, in this hostile environment, a unique ecosystem thrives, completely independent of sunlight. Instead of photosynthesis, the entire food web is based on chemosynthesis. Bacteria feed on the sulfur compounds in the water, and in turn, these bacteria become the food source for everything else. Here, you'll find creatures that have evolved in complete isolation. Imagine a water scorpion with no eyes, a pale, ghostly creature that relies on touch and chemical signals to hunt. They're a unique species of spiders, pseudoscorpions, and centipedes, all of them blind and colorless. Their ancestors were trapped here millions of years ago and adapted in incredible ways. Losing their pigment and sight saved precious energy in a world with limited resources. They navigate their dark, watery home with elongated antennae and sensory hairs, feeling their way through a world we can barely imagine. But the Muvile Cave is just one example. All over the globe, similar subterranean aquatic worlds, known as Anchialine caves, exist. These are coastal caves that contain a mix of fresh groundwater and salt water that seeps in from the ocean. This creates a stratified environment with fresh water sitting on top of the denser salt water. One of the most famous systems is in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, a region riddled with thousands of sinkholes called cenotes, which are gateways to these underwater realms. Deep within these flooded cave systems lives a remarkable group of crustaceans called Picture swimming centipede, pale white and up to 1 inch long, armed with venomous fangs. Yes, you heard that right, a venomous crustacean. The remipede is the first and only one ever discovered. It injects a paralytic venom into its prey, which includes other cave-dwelling shrimp and crustaceans. They are living fossils belonging to a class of their own and have changed very little in hundreds of millions of years. Swimming gracefully through the water, they are the top predators of their dark, underwater kingdom. Another star of these Yucatan caves is the blind cavefish, a variant of the Mexican tetra. These fish are born with eyes, but as they grow, skin and flesh grow over them, rendering them completely blind. Why? In a world of total darkness, eyes are useless and a waste of energy to develop and maintain. Instead, they have an incredibly enhanced lateral line system, a series of pressure sensors along their bodies that allows them to feel their surroundings with astonishing precision. They can map out their entire environment, locate food, and avoid obstacles just by detecting minute changes in water pressure. It's like having a superpower of 3D perception through touch. Now, let's travel to the other side of the world, to the caves of Slovenia, a place famous for its karst landscape. Here, we find the human fish, the olm. This bizarre amphibian looks like a pale, ghostly serpent with tiny, underdeveloped limbs. It can live for up to 100 years and can survive without food for a decade. The olm is entirely aquatic and, like many cave dwellers, is blind. Its skin is so pale and translucent, you can almost see its internal organs. It breathes through external gills that look like feathery red plumes on the side of its head. For centuries, local legends describe them as baby dragons. Washed out of their subterranean layers by heavy rains, the olm navigates its world through a powerful sense of smell and the ability to detect weak electric fields generated by its prey. And the discoveries just keep coming. In 2012, scientists exploring the depths of the Sun Dune Cave in Vietnam, the world's largest cave, found new species of fish, insects, and woodlice in its underground river system. These environments are so isolated that evolution takes a unique path, creating life forms found nowhere else on Earth. Many of these animals are meaning they are obligated to live their entire lives in caves and cannot survive on the surface. They have slow metabolisms, long lifespans, and produce very few offspring, making them extremely vulnerable to any changes in their environment. One of the biggest challenges for these creatures is the scarcity of food. In a world without sunlight, there are no plants. The entire food web often depends on whatever organic matter washes in from the surface world, like bat guano, animal carcasses, or dissolved nutrients in the water. This is why so many cave animals have evolved to be incredibly efficient, wasting no energy and surviving long periods of starvation. Their ghostly white appearance is a direct result of this efficiency. Producing pigment costs energy, and in a world where no one can see you, being colorful is a pointless luxury. Think about the Vrelo cave in Macedonia, which contains 2 underground lakes. Inside, scientists have found cave shrimp and tiny amphipods that are perfectly adapted to the cold. Or consider the underwater caves of the Bahamas, where divers have discovered a rich community of crustaceans and other that have been evolving in isolation for thousands of years. Each of these subterranean lakes is like a separate, natural laboratory of evolution, showcasing how life can adapt to the most extreme conditions imaginable. What's truly mind-boggling is that we have barely scratched the surface. It's estimated that we have explored less than 10% of the world's caves. There are likely thousands of unexplored underground lakes, each potentially holding new species and new secrets about the nature of life itself. Exploring them is incredibly dangerous. Cave diving requires highly specialized skills and equipment, and many of these systems are labyrinths of tight passages and deep shafts. But the drive to explore is strong, because who knows what we might find next? A new species, a new branch on the tree of life. Perhaps even microbes that could unlock new medical discoveries. These hidden worlds are not just geological curiosities, they are fragile and precious ecosystems. Pollution from the surface can easily seep into the groundwater and poison these delicate environments, wiping out species before we even have a chance to discover them. The blind cavefish, the venomous remipede, the 100-year-old omdes are not monsters from fiction, but real, living testaments to the incredible resilience and adaptability of life. They remind us that our planet is full of wonder, and that some of its greatest treasures are hidden deep in the darkness, waiting to be discovered. So next time you stand by a lake or a river, just remember that beneath your feet, there could be another body of water, a secret lake that has been in darkness for longer than human civilization has existed, and in that lake, ghostly creatures are silently navigating their ancient world. A world completely alien to our own. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep exploration of Earth's hidden lakes. If you found this as fascinating as I did, do want to forget to like and subscribe to the Rare Animals YouTube channel for more adventures into the unknown. Let me know in the comments which of these creatures you found the most incredible. Until next time, stay curious.